Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Hendon, and I'm an accountability coach and author of Get Resultsology, the science of getting stuff done. I work with people who run their own business, no boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to tell you that our guest expert today is Danielle Hendon. Danielle is the founder and owner of Four Corners CFO, a firm offering financial advisory services to small business owners on a scale that fits their company and budget. Coupling her decade of experience in corporate finance and accounting with her passion for small business owners, Danielle brings the benefit of big business financial analysis to entrepreneurs. Now, instead of helping corporations increase share prices, Danielle gets to help business owners increase their livelihoods so they can leave a legacy and lasting impact on their community. Danielle, welcome to Goalbusters.
Thank you so much for having me, Robin.
You're very welcome. And whereabouts in the world are you, Danielle?
I am in hot and humid Houston, Texas.
Oh, hot and humid, eh? Well, I'll raise your hot and humid and go for windy and rainy England instead.
Hey, the wind would be nice right now.
Yes, I'm sure it would. And speaking of being windy, shall we do the questions and shut my windy up?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Let's get the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Danielle, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
The ideal client for Four Corners CFO is a passionate professional service business owner. And I say passionate because we work specifically with law firms more than anybody else. And we look for those that want to have the impact on their community. And we want to be the one reminding them that it's not just about what they do for other people, but also about taking care of themselves. And that comes in so many forms, including the profit that you talk about, Robin, but also making sure that they're not burning out and that they're setting boundaries and they're taking care of them. I have to tell so many of our clients that if you burn out as a business owner, you no longer help anybody, and then you're not serving any of what you're here for.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of truism in what you've just said. And I love the fact that you're looking for people who are passionate about what they do. That really makes a difference, as opposed to the people that are just going through the motions. So what exactly, you've already alluded to it in quite clear language, but perhaps you could expand on what are the problem or problems that you solve, Danielle?
Ooh, this gets I could say this in so many different ways. You will meet a lot of what fractional CFOs, that's what we are, that focus on the numbers and the profit and moving forward in that space. What we have learned in our years in business, it is just as much about the mindset as it is the numbers on paper. And our goal, the problem that we solve more than anything, isn't telling you what those numbers are. It's giving you the confidence and the peace of mind to take that next big step in your business so that you no longer feel like you're flying by the seat of your pants or you're flying in the dark or you've stuck your head in the sand. You know exactly what you're looking at and what's coming at you and coming down the pipeline because we've budgeted, we've forecasted, we've analyzed, we've done all of these things to help you understand not just what the numbers are, but the story that they tell. Numbers are so much like a language. And once you know how to read and understand and use that language, it can open up so many doors in your business.
Yeah, knowledge is power, isn't it? I think that's another way of saying some of what you've said, not all of it, but a little bit. All right.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Okay, so what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to solve that problem or problems?
I alluded to this in the other question just a little bit, but I want everyone listening right now, if your head is in the sand, first of all, I want to validate how normal that is, especially if things are rocky this year. You might have your head in the sand and you don't want to look at the numbers. So, the one thing you can do, the most valuable free action, is go look at your numbers and don't be afraid to ask questions. You are not meant to know everything about how to run a business. You know how to do what you do really well. Nobody taught you how to run a business. Don't be afraid to ask questions of other people in business, of coaches, of your bookkeeper. Do these numbers look weird or do they make sense? And if your bookkeeper cannot explain them to you, find a new one.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you're also alluding to the fact that, if unless somebody else is in money in some kind of financial business, they really need someone else to handle the kind of things that you handle so that they can focus on the things that actually bring the money in the first place.
Yes.
And so it's a complete waste of time if they spend time doing things that others who are professionals like yourself could be doing with them and for them.
Absolutely. Do what you do best and do what you love.
Yeah, perfect. All right, you said that better than I did, so I'm going to move on and ask you the next question. So now that we have a better understanding of what you do, let's dive into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. Could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
I'm sort of going to repeat myself here again, too. That might be a theme. Um, get help. The number one tip or advice that I have found helpful for me is to have accountability with somebody else. Like, seriously, I've done the time blocking, I've set boundaries, I've made to-do lists. But what actually helps me the most is knowing that someone else is depending on me or they're going to call me on my crud when it doesn't happen. And knowing that I have to get it done, not just for me, but for somebody else. I know that sounds backwards, but having that extrinsic factor helps me stay accountable to the productivity things. My team knows if they absolutely need me, throw time on my calendar and I am 100% yours for that 30 minutes and we will figure it out. If you email me, it's going to hit second tier.
Yes, and just to be clear, no money changed hands in the promotion of me as an accountability coach in that promotion. I didn't know you were going to say that, and of course I'm going to agree with you. And it would be rather self-serving if I didn't move swiftly on. But thank you so
It's just so
much.
true.
It is true, absolutely. But I need to move on because I'm not here to be self-serving today. So what should I have asked you today, Danielle, that I didn't? And your answer, please.
What's my guilty secret or escape when I'm avoiding being productive? I think so many of us high achieving business owners, personalities, we are really productive, but we are also the worst procrastinators. And we know when we're procrastinating. And I will say my guilty pleasure is going and scrapbooking and playing with stickers and sitting and doing the most mindless activities when I know I should be doing something else, but I don't want to, and I go escape to the crafts instead.
Right. I'm going to have to send you a copy of my book. I can see that's coming because you're absolutely right. The whole point about when you know you're procrastinating is you need to understand why. And I would suggest that begins with a lack of passion about something that you should be doing. And the second thing is you need to catch it because there's no point in saying, "Oh, if only I hadn't procrastinated last week, last year, last 10 years." You can't get the time back, but you can, if you catch it in the time, make up the time.
Mhm.
So yeah, but thank you. That's a very vulnerable thing that you shared with us there, and I appreciate your honesty with us about that because that's what a lot of people experience, and that's why it's always good to hear that other people, you're not the only one if you're doing that. All right, brilliant. Well, we did that all in 7 minutes. That was a little bit more self-serving than I anticipated. The check is in the post, probably somewhere. You'll find it eventually in a lifetime or two. So I'll move on to the next question, which is one that isn't part of our five, but it's one I always ask. Danielle, how can people reach you? And also, is there like a valuable free resource? Because I always think it takes, it's lovely to hear what you do, but it's even more useful if people can get a flavor from what you do for themselves in their own time. So is there like a valuable free resource that you can share with them?
Absolutely. We are going to have a website set up just for your team. It's going to be at our website. So it's www.for the number, not the word, cornerscfo.com/goalbusters. And when you go to that website, you will see a freebie that you can download for our 6-part framework workbook. With all of our clients, whether it's a strategy call or done with you work, we go through a 6-part framework that mirrors what I know works in big business, but we do it in a way that applies it to small business. And this framework and workbook are going to help you go from just basic bookkeeping all the way to understanding how to budget, how to review your budget, and how to build out a cash flow so that you can look into the future and not just see your numbers as part of the past.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. That's a very generous, valuable free resource. Very valuable free resource, if I need I say. And it's kind of you to set it up under a link just for our podcast. That's extra, makes it extra special to us too. Thank you. All right, so that was wonderful, a real masterclass. As you say, there was a theme that ran all the way through it, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think that's an excellent thing. I think you made your points extremely effectively. Thank you for the free plug. As I say, the check is
everyone needs help, and I'm part of that help, so I'm always advocating for people to get help in what they do.
Yes, I definitely need help, but they're not in the way that you were alluding to, but that's another story that we won't go into right now. Danielle Hendon, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Robin.
You're very welcome. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting, make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.